Doreen, thank you so much for taking time to join me this afternoon to talk about something I think a lot of people are excited about, which is traveling and trying to get the best deals. Sometimes when we think about finances, yes, we absolutely need to take care of the essentials, paying bills, saving up for retirement, but also just enjoying now the time we have. And travel is a part of it for a lot of families. So
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about this idea of travel hacking that seems to be popular, where people see these deals where you sign up for a credit card and somehow you either get your trip basically financed by the bonuses on the credit card or get a significant discount. I kind of want to start off things with you. When you do traveling, do you do any travel hacking or any experience with that?
I do. I do a little bit of it.
Okay.
I don't consider myself any kind of professional. I would probably be a little bit more of a novice at it, but it's definitely has its advantages, and it's up to the planning that you do. I think some of the important things that you should focus on is do inventory of all of the things that you have, whether it's cards, other places have benefits as well. Not just credit cards. I mean, you have warehouse store memberships and things like that. A lot of those things can also add to your arsenal of freebies that are out there. So definitely do inventory of the products that you're using today and assess what your points are. Where are the gaps in your current product? Like if you're just getting cash back, are you able to save that and not use it for other things? And just trying to understand what that card does for you.
Yeah, because there seems to be a lot of different offers out there. You mentioned the cash back and other popular options like the points and the traveling. But kind of how do you do, like, what's your system or any tips on how you save up for vacations or get a better deal on your trips and vacations?
Yeah, I like to keep my change from things, and I save up change and little activities like that I tend to save up. And then the other things that I do is you can log into your credit card provider and actually pretend to book the trip that you're looking for.
Okay.
So you actually go in and you load your airline. Does this pay for it? Do I have enough points to pay for it? How far are my points away from actually earning an incentive like that? And if I know I have my airfare paid for, okay, now I have just hotel left, or is it food that's left? Just kind of fake book the trip and put it in your checkout. So those are some of the tips that I do.
So I know everyone is enticed by those offers of travel hacking and getting a free or really discounted trip, but how exactly does travel hacking work?
There's a good balance to it. You shouldn't be aggressive and take every offer that's out there. I think going back to the first message that I had was do inventory of what you have, figure out what your gaps are, and then maybe seek a product that fills that gap. If you already know that you have a card that gives you substantial travel benefits, such as TSA check-in to get you that free TSA travel, and then you're earning points 2 times on all of your other spend, maybe you need a card that can really help supplement with cash back to give you the cash to actually go on the trip. So do that inventory and figure out where you already have some advantages and where you might need to fill in the blanks.
Oh, that's great. So I know sometimes the advice is like, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. But for a family, sometimes that temptation is like, okay, let's put it all in the card. Let's rack up those points, get the cash back. But there's a danger, like you're putting too much on the cards and then you're stuck with a balance. Like you find out, okay, we put too much and we're not paying off that balance. How can families protect themselves and make sure they're not getting into trouble with credit card debt to get those rewards?
I think it all comes down to creating a budget for yourself and sticking within that budget. I think, if you want to travel, I think you can travel hack as much as you want, but you still have to have that balance and make sure that you can afford the things that you're putting on there. It might even be wise to set that budget up to where it hits a special savings account where you're not touching it and using your checking account funds for little things that you might not put on the card and putting yourself in potential jeopardy of having it earn interest and have those types of charges that, you certainly don't want, because you really want the goal of going on the trip.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much with those tips and advice. I know a lot of families are now thinking, okay, look, we can at least offset some of this. This is going to be a win for us. So, for anyone that's listening or watching and they want to get started with, saving up for a vacation, do you have any tips that they could do maybe this week to get the ball rolling?
Yeah, go ahead and do that inventory of what you
Mhm.
already have, the gaps that you don't. Start planning and researching what's out there, the right product for you. I would also start setting up maybe an automatic transfer out of your account to maybe a savings account so that you can do it little small increments at a time because every little bit counts. Um, Whenever you're depositing a check or something like that, put the change in a separate account so that you're not spending the change. Use those little bit of points that you get from all the spending and shift it to your credit card, but be disciplined about it.
Mhm.
A couple other tips that I would have would be make sure you read the fine print. Make
Yes.
sure, if your points expire, take advantage of those. Use them
Mhm.
somehow, even if it is to get cash back and then shove it in a savings account and hold on to it. Don't let them expire on you. So those would be my immediate recommendations because a lot of times they are expiring on the back end and you just don't know it.
Yeah. Even though these are great benefits for the credit cards, it's an enticement to get people to sign up. So you really have to be your own advocate and be aware of what's in that fine print. I love those tips. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you're listening now and you're in the Triangle area and you're looking for a better banking option, try out Coastal Credit Union. We've been banking with them for years and have been really happy. And they have actually credit cards, rewards credit cards as well. So if that is the option for you, please check them out. Just go to bankbetter.org.